Okay, it's Will to Wright. Okay, I'm gonna backtrack on go back to something that I told you I was gonna touch base on, and I'm gonna flip you out, man. You're gonna trip the fuck out on this shit because okay, I had a loved one that was in, let's say, Ellis County jail um, for 2 months. So it's a bunch of fucking crap, man. I tell you, nothing but fucking hell. I mean, that's what it was. It was nothing but hell. And the the people in there, the people that are running the place, I know it's jail. They don't give a flying fuck about you at all whatsoever. There's nobody that gives a fuck about you. So if you don't have somebody, on the outside that's taking care of things for you, like like food. Okay, here's one thing. They want to sell inmates. Okay, inmates, which really turns out to be the inmate's family, because they're the ones with the money. It's called like it's like a Bunsen burner, or whatever you want to call it, for $50, so they can have hot meals in there. $50 for it. Now, and then you have to buy, like soup or whatever you want. And the shit ain't cheap. That's for damn sure. They're ripping people off. They're making their money big time in there. Like I said again, the justice system, it's all about money. So, but what gets on my nerves so bad is that we allow this to happen. We allow this shit to go on. Why do we accept this as the way it should be? And there's a lot of people don't know about this. If you never had a loved one being put in jail or having to deal with the judicial system, them people will never know what kind of crap goes on in this world that's unnecessary. Really unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. There's no such thing as compassion is there's no such thing as compassion anymore. There's a lot of people that don't give a shit about nobody but themselves. And you can Google it. Just Google is the justice system all about money? And you'll be surprised what you get back whenever you Google that. The people that don't have money are the ones that wind up getting stuck in jail because they can't pay post bail or whatever, or the bail's too high. If you're rich, you got money, you get the hell out, right? You get out, fine and dandy, you're out on your way, But still, it's the people that don't have money, it's that I feel bad for, because they up the charges or bail, so much on some people sometimes that it's kind of hard for them to even get out. You look at fucking a $10,000 fucking bail, that's already $1,000 for a bail bondsman. So there's where that comes in at, bail bondsman. So bail bondsman, lawyers, man, I hate to do this to y'all, but I'm telling you, it's the truth. They're all making money. It's all about money. So all the way from the police officers, the bail bondsmen, the tow truck drivers, God mighty, the judges. It's a fucking business, man, and they're ready to take your money, and they're gonna take as much as they can. So that's why we gotta step up, and we gotta take care of business. We gotta make sure we put these people in fucking check. Sorry about the language, but sometimes it's hard not to cuss. I have to say something about it. It's like, if you don't like it, switch a channel. I really don't care. If you do like it, hit like, hit subscribe, because I guarantee you I got more shit to fucking bring your way. But go back to the jail part. This woman was put in there, and she was like, you know, basically, you have to video call. You can't go visit a person anymore. You go see them, you know through the glass or, you know, face to face or whatever. You got to pay for a video call, 50 cents a minute. God damn, 50 cents a minute. And then on top of that, you know, as far as, you know, the phone calls, the food, it's just, I think, you know, I wish I could say we could do away with the justice system, but we just need to do away with some of the people running the fucking justice system. We need to put them motherfuckers in check, because goddamn, I'm getting tired of their shit, man. You know, we're letting them run all over us, and I'm fucking tired of it. Because, you know, she got out. That woman was broke down, man. I tell you right, there's no reason for that. You know, I can understand. You know, it's a jail. It is jail, but still, man, you know, fucking people are ruthless out there. So, you know, that day she got out, you know, I was like, fucking about goddamn time we was able to get her out, because, you know, the bonds were set too high. So, you know, in that terms, you know, had to go borrow money, get money, you know, to get her out. And then, you know, they got to report to a probation officer. Okay, there you go, another one. Probation officer. So, money. So, if you don't pay your money, they'd rather put you in jail, because they can get more money by putting you in jail or in prison or whatever. And they don't care if okay, let's say this. Okay, the person got put in, they got busted for a half a line of drugs. Half a line. $10,000, $15,000 fucking bail. And the sad part about it is, everybody, I don't care who the fuck you are, everybody does drugs. Everybody has some kind of drug that they're doing in their system, that's in their system. And I don't care who the fuck you are. Same way with alcohol. You know, I think really, I have to say this, there should not be, you know, nobody should be arrested for drugs unless it has to do with a child, with a child. You know, if it has to do with kids or whatever like that, then I can understand it. But, you know, you do the 18 years or older, that kind of bullshit, like, you know, alcohol and all that crap. But, you know, we're adults. If you can't handle your shit, maybe you don't need to be doing your shit. You know, that's where I can understand rehabilitation. Then I got another issue with that. So you got drug treatment centers, okay? I'm trying to touch all this shit at once, because I'm getting sick and tired of fucking listening to all the bullshit, all the money that's coming out of it. And it's just ridiculous. So, drug treatment centers. So you put a family member in drug treatment center, okay? Our probation has them say, hey, you know, they need to go to this, you know, drug. By the time they get in there, these motherfuckers have got them on 8 to 10, 11 fucking types of drugs in a drug treatment center, got them on drugs in the treatment center. Go figure that shit. You know, I know I'm kind of rambling on, because I'm trying to touch base on everything that I can think of right now, because I'm kind of new at this YouTube shit, and I tell you right now, I believe in YouTube. You know, at first I didn't, but I'm a sole believer in YouTube. I mean, it gets people out there to be able to at least say what they need to say, because back in the old days, wherever, you didn't say shit. You know, it was watch TV and that's it. Regular TV, whatever came on, came on. Now you got streaming and all that stuff, so it's like, you know, at least we have been able to be able to speak, to say. And that's what it takes. A lot of people going, hey, speak the fuck up and talk. Don't let people fucking run all over you. I'm sick of that shit, man. I'm done with that. I'm not letting nobody. I have fucking cameras in my truck. I have cameras on me when I go when I go somewhere, because I'm not having nobody say something about me that I did that I did not do and try to put me in jail for it. You know, it's like, because I know if they put me in jail, there's more money for them. You know what? There's more money. And like I said again, it's all about money. And that's what's sad about it, because there's a lot of people out there suffering because of the they don't have money. They're not rich. They're not fucking wealthy. They're not gonna get by like the fucking football players and all that shit that fucking kill somebody doing 150 miles an hour in a fucking Lamborghini and get off on that shit, man. That's where I have fucking problem right there. So, you know, them are the motherfuckers that should be fucking, you know, penalized, or whatever you want to call it, you know. You know, the whole prison system, everything, all of it is money, man. And but you know, I'm gonna go ahead and stop on this one, because I did say that that she was so fucking happy to get it the fuck out of that place, because none of them people are worth a shit running that place. And I am talking about Ellis County Jail. Sorry, motherfuckers. You know, that's what they are. They are. You know, there are some nice police officers out there, and I'll give you that. But a lot of it's about power. They got power. You know, they get that fucking badge. Boom. Fucking, it's all about power, man. You know what? You better fucking do what the fuck they say. So, you know, that's one other thing. Do your homework. So, you know, just like we know, I watched this one called this Hampton Law or something like that. But I learned a lot of shit on there, you know, because ever since I had an issue with McLennan County, whatever you want to call it, Waco, had an issue with them, I watched a lot of that stuff to determine, you know, and find out what my rights are, because they will tell you straight up, this is a lawyer. Okay, there are some lawyers that are out there for the people, and there's some of them out there that say they're for the people, but they're not. So you got to be careful whenever you do this. You know, it's just the way it is. You got to be careful on anything you do nowadays, because they'll tell you, you know, exactly what you can do and not get in trouble. As far as, you don't have to let anybody in your front door, nobody in your front door if you don't want to. If they have a warrant, it's a little different for somebody, if you know, but you don't have to. They can show you the warrant through the door, underneath the door, or whatever. You don't have to open. Once you open that door, you let them in. They're in your business, man. You know what? They are in your business then. So, you know, and I see all this coming around now where, oh, we can make money off of fucking selling weed now, fucking the government. So now we're gonna go ahead and structure it to where we can make the money off of it, to get the taxes off of it. So now it's okay. So, you know, it's all about money. It's coming down to. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it right now. I'm hitting about 14 minutes right now, so I've got more things to tell you, man. I tell you, there's some places out there like the drug treatment centers that I'm having to experience, because this person's having to go through these places, and it's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. But please subscribe, you know, and I mean, I'll try to get you all the information that you can, and if you have any issues that I can help you with, I will fucking try my best to help you with it. You know, just hit me up, man. You know, I'll see what I can do. You know, I'm here to try to help, and that's, you know, will to right. You know, my name is William, and I will try to help if I can. You know, I'm so tired of people getting fucking screwed over. And, you know, it's got to stop. You know, if I can stop a little bit of it, I'll be happy. You know, if I could stop it all, I would be really fucking happy. But, you know, I can't, you know. But anyway, all right, well, I hope you all have a good night. Talk to you later. Peace out.